Shoppers will be busy this holiday season when it comes to finding the best deals, waiting in long lines, and potential supply challenges amid high demand. Vivian Tu, founder and CEO of Your Rich BFF and former JP Morgan equities trader, reveals how consumers can get ahead during this busy time of year. So Vivian, you're here at the New York Stock Exchange. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, absolutely. It's so exciting to have you here. You know, you are obviously an expert when it comes to finance, and you formerly worked on Wall Street. So let's tell our viewers exactly what your key advice is when it comes to balancing, the holiday season on a budget.
Yeah, I think a lot of us don't realize that the average American is spending upwards of $1,000 on holiday gifts, which is a really large sum of money, and it can feel really overwhelming to pull that out of your bank account all at once. So my biggest piece of advice is always start a sinking fund a little bit earlier in the year. That way you're able to set aside $20 here, $50 there. Instead of pulling $1,000 out of your bank account all at once, you'll have a little bit of a nest egg specifically for holiday gifts. On top of that, something that my family personally does is a white elephant or secret Santa. That way you can concentrate your funds for holiday spending on one specific gift. Make sure it's something that you're really, really proud to be giving, something that's really exciting, people are going to want to receive, versus trying to buy 7 or 8 or 10 smaller gifts that may not necessarily be as meaningful or useful to the people receiving them.
When it comes to tips and tricks to online shopping and e-commerce, tell me, what would you recommend this holiday season?
I am a huge fan of using the Black Friday, Cyber Monday time period to do all of your holiday shopping. I'm done before December even hits.
Really?
Yes.
So you're halfway through, I would assume?
Oh, I'm done. Like if you're on my shopping list, we're done.
Wow.
I already have your gift. Because I find it to be a really good opportunity to get the last of the deals, especially in beginning of December. You can get a couple more good deals than you would getting closer and closer to those winter holidays, when brands and stores do know that you're kind of running out of options. You need a gift one way or another, and they're going to charge you full price. I'd also say if you are shopping online, make sure you're using a cashback site or a cashback app. That way, not only can you get rewards and points or cashback from the credit card you may be using to purchase those gifts, and make sure to pay those off in full every single month, but you can also get cashback from those sites and apps, so you get to double dip essentially.
Yeah, obviously Americans are facing inflation, rising costs hitting every single sector. I mean, how should Americans navigate through this holiday season?
First and foremost, it's putting all of that money that you're setting aside for holiday gifts into a high yield savings account, so you can try to get as close as you can to that rate of inflation, versus having your money in a traditional savings account where you're only getting a couple cents for all of that money you are essentially lending free to that bank. Additionally, I would say when you are considering shopping, go in on stuff with your friends. That way you are able to divvy up the cost of something, or potentially even buy in bulk, and that you can use to split up as smaller gifts for a handful of people, especially if you're giving to coworkers. Knowing that if you give a gift to one coworker, it may make it a little awkward with a few others. You can do that.
What sort of trends right now are you seeing in the retail sector? I mean, things have definitely changed in recent years, especially after COVID.
I think people are actually being a lot more practical with their spending. Instead of buying that blue ostrich feather top, they're thinking about things like robot vacuums so that they can actually save time. They're thinking about things like preventative care. So those electric toothbrushes that are going to really help clean out the gunk in your, in your gums. That way they don't necessarily have additional costs further on. So people are being a little bit more mindful. I'd also say experiences are very, very high on the list this year. People always love experiences, but even more so now, people just really value traveling. And so instead of doing gifts, me and my fiance are actually just taking that money and setting it aside for a vacation later on.
And social media has really sort of changed the landscape of the retail sector. I mean, now you go on Instagram, you get shopping ads constantly. You're very successful on your social media platform, over 2 million followers on Instagram alone. Tell me about the secret sauce behind this. I mean, how did you start off? What advice would you have for anybody who's trying to grow their social media presence?
Yeah, so I wish there was a secret sauce, because then I would cook with it every single day. I feel like, one, timing was really important. My very first video was January 1st of 2021. The top 2 New Year's resolutions every single year is lose weight and get rich.
Yeah.
So the timing could only have been better if I was a workout page. But I think, the timing was really good, but also just being authentic. My first video, people ask, like, how did that go viral? It's the very first one. How did you know what to say? And I was like, I didn't.
Yeah.
I just said, hey, it's the middle of the pandemic. No, money's tight for a lot of folks. I'm seeing some really unsavory stuff going around on the internet, and I don't have a get-rich-quick scheme. But if you want to learn more about being smart with your finances, I can teach you. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
And to hear that from a friend instead of someone that felt like they were lecturing you, I think people really identified with that and were willing to listen to what I had to say.
I mean, a lot of people are listening to what you have to say. I mean, congratulations. You were just on the cover of Forbes 30 Under 30. I mean, that's hugely significant. You have a book coming out this month in December. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, so my upcoming book, Rich AF, The Winning Money Mindset That Will Change Your Life. This is my love letter to all of my BFFs, as I've dubbed them.
Yes, yes.
It's essentially a book that you're going to be able to pick up and read from page 1 to the very last page and feel more confident, more capable, and more ready to just take on your financial journey. And it's going to cover things like how to budget better, how to save, how to invest, how to ask for more money at work. And I think it's really a tool that people can use as a roadmap to guide themselves in the future.
And then 3 key components you need when you are asking for more money at work. How do you go about it?
Yeah, I would say number 1, get that brag book ready. So make a little folder in your inbox. Anytime anything good happens, forward it there. That way, when it comes to your mid-year or your end-of-year reviews, you have an entire arsenal of incredible information about all the times you succeeded to then share.
Yes.
I would say 2, ask early and often. Don't ask in November and December when everybody's asking. Start in January.
Yeah.
Start in June. Make sure that you're asking at least 6 months beforehand, and don't be a pest, but be persistent. Ask every 2 months and remind your manager that being compensated is a really important thing for you, and that it's going to show how much the company values you and what you deserve. And then I would just say 3, make sure you're actually performing at that level that requires a raise, requires a promotion. So that's going above and beyond, making sure you are getting your work done and performing at the highest possible level. And once you have all those three things, make sure you are asking for that money.
Ask for that money. You heard it here first. Well, thank you so much, Vivian, for joining me today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.